What's up, pals? Welcome to another episode of the Your Random Pal channel. And today, I'm at the 2024 Trans Am Nationals, and there's a lot more to this show than just a car show. There's a swap meet, and there's a vendors area, and I'm gonna show you those particular things in this episode. And there's more than just that too. There's seminars, there's a mini Trans Am Nationals, which is with die cast and toys. There's a lot more stuff. But in this particular episode, I'm gonna take you on a tour of all the cool stuff in the swap meet area and show you some of the vendors that are out here. All these cars back here, they're going through the tech line, trying to see what class they're in. But back here, we got a swap meet area. Got a hodgepodge of everything from various years and generations of Firebirds. You can see there's a lot of second gen parts here, the second gen doors. Those are some formula fenders. Got the door panels. It's a lot of old stuff here. And then here you go. You need a specific grill. You can see on these front ends here, the grills are different. You got the square, and then you got the egg crate for the various years. These would be from the 70s to 73 years. It's an early second generation. And then the early second generation taillights right here. And then you got the third gen taillights right here. Would be like early 90s. And they also have cars for sale here. This one's pretty nice, third gen Firebird, late into third gen. And it's got the hood bird on it. You don't see the hood bird too much after second generation birds, but some people put them on. And I love these wheels. These are the GTA wheels. They've got a cross-laced diamond spoke pattern to them. You can see the bird decal on the sail panel as well. This looks like a pretty nice buy if you're looking for a third gen. It's a 91, by the way. More and more second gen parts. Second gens seem to be very popular year range, especially at this show. These look like the 10th anniversary 1979 Trans Am. You can see it's the silver, and it's got this charcoal and red pattern to it. Second gen consoles, second gen dash pieces. And here you go. I like this. This is 80 or 81 turbo Trans Am, little kid car that you can pedal. It's got the pedals in it. It's got the 301 V8 in it, apparently, maybe miniature size. Probably not too fast, as fast as your feet can pedal it, but really nice piece out here. It's, I'm sure, pretty rare. I've seen go-kart versions too, and those are rare as well. So this little pedal one is super rare, I'm sure. Here you go. This looks like some T-top bags. Sometimes those are missing or hard to find. This is well organized here. You got your spoilers in the one tote. You've got duct work here for your ventilation. There you go. That's a 76 Firebird bumper. That's a one-year only deal. Sometimes those can be hard to find. Back end off a 79 Trans Am. So all kind of stuff. Air cleaners. Hood scoops. Need a hood scoop. Now these are all second generation hood scoops here. And they look like they're 76 and earlier. Well, actually, some of them, the newer ones are squared up. The late 70s, they're a little bit more squared up. Got to make sure that you match it up for your year. And also the late 70s, the things are blocked off from the factory, the hood scoops. But you can always open them up if you need to. And over here we got some snowflake wheels from the late 70s. Look like the 15-inch. They actually came in 3 different sizes. There was like 15 by 7, 15 by 8, and there was another size or style pattern to them. all kinds of second gen parts. You see them everywhere. Those look like some kind of like turbine wheels. Interesting. So if you want some kind of unique look for your bird, you might get those kind of wheels. Another 76 1-year only Firebird bumper. And here you go, the 79 to 81 taillights. The Trans Am, they had the blacked out taillights. If it was like a base model, you'd have just the red, you would have the black out. And the bird on the, that's the gas filler door, that'd be like an 80-81 piece. And some more dashes back here. And here's one of the vendors out here, Hawks, and they specialize in the 3rd gen Firebirds, which would be 82 to 92. They got the new stuff for you. So if you want to dress up your car, they got the parts. They also got some replacement parts as well. Got some really cool shift knobs. You got the ones with the Hawks logo on it. You also got the ones with the bird logo, the 3rd gen bird design. Switches. So some stuff to restore your car and some stuff to dress up your car. And they got these really nice factory wheels here. You can see they're different patterns. There's the GTA type wheels, which I really love.
Love to hear that.
And some merch, hats and shirts. And they got some cars on display here. Look at that one. That's a beauty right there. We got the yellow convertible. We've got a black hardtop. And this is like a Firehawk tribute. Now, if you've seen one of these Firehawk 3rd gens, they're very rare. They only made like 200 some of them. I think these are all tributes right here. But they're nicely done. And most people wouldn't know whether it's a real one or a tribute. These are kind of like somewhat of a race car from the factory. The neat thing about this one, take a closer look, it's spoiler. It's got this carbon fiber on it. And even the hood, with the offset hood scoop, it's carbon fiber. It's a really nice piece there. Makes a very unique look for this car. And here we got another swap meet vendor. It's got a 81 Trans Am on display. It doesn't have a for sale sign on it, but you know, it draws attention to the swap meet area over here. Now this one, I looked at the little sheet on it. It's originally a 301 non-turbo car. It's pretty rare, but it's been upgraded to the 6.6 liter 400, as you can see. Got the motor that everybody wants, the 6.6. You can see the decal on there. So the engine's not original, but really cool car here. And look, they added cup holders. Got to upgrade the cup holders, I guess. Now let's check out the parts they got for sale over here. And you might need some parts right here because this squirrel looks like he's been chewing on some of the wiring. So probably need a new wiring harness. Got valve covers, we've got some OER equipment stuff, some floor mats over here. And if you have a Camaro along with your Firebird, they do have some Chevy stuff at this vendor or swap meet person here. Camaro Z28. So a few F-body Camaro parts here alongside the Firebird parts. Looks like we got some people selling memorabilia over this way. There's that nice fountain, the iconic fountain at the Fairborn Holiday Inn Hotel. Let's see what kind of stuff we got over here. They got your Trans Am signs covered, your die cast. How's it going today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Having fun?
Yeah, yep, having fun. Checking out what everybody's got for sale.
The harder it gets.
There's some original stereos right there. Want to make your batteries look original? They got these toppers for your batteries.
What I was just like.
Looks like a lot of owner's manuals, brochures. A lot of stuff to accessorize your car out here. You want to make it just a really inspiring display, you know, with the factory literature and the factory owner's manual. You'll probably have good luck finding that out here. Now here we have Camaro and Firebird Central. And so F-body lovers, whether you like the Firebird or the Camaro, they've got parts for both out here. Some parts are interchangeable between the Camaro and Firebirds. So if you need parts for restoration purposes, they got plenty of stuff. You can see the dash bezels here, engine parts, you got the fan, the water pump housing. So if you come to one of these events, they may have the parts you need. If not, you can always order it through them. See, here's the center caps. Sometimes I'll lose a center cap on my car driving down the road, so it's nice that they have them out here. Buy a set of them in case I do lose one. They're all brand new stuff. They got rubbers, moldings, stuff to restore. There's a car that could use some restoration parts. This is a straight barn find. It's still dusty. It's a 404-speed car. Take a look at it. It's covered in dust. Came straight out of the barn to the show. It's out here by the Camaro Firebird Central tent. I mean, you could write your name on the trunk here. It's so dusty. But it's a really cool car. I mean, the interior's, you know, pretty decent. Make a driver out of it. Here's some of the other stuff, the accessories that Camaro and Firebird Central sell. They got the signs here, so if you want to dress up your man cave or garage, they got those. And there's, look at those beautiful brand new steering wheels, the Formula steering wheels, the Swiss cheese steering wheels for the second gen Trans Ams. Aren't they beautiful? And they'd really improve your ride if you got a worn one. And they even have vendors out here for the ladies. As you can see, they got a little jewelry tent with engraving, pins, keychains, rings, wallets, stuff for the men too. You got your apparel right here. Not with me, but send me an email. And this is GM Club apparel. You get some really cool stuff here. You like the bird logos from the various generations, or you like the car on the shirt, or even the old service sign, they got it. And this big tent right here is the Ames Pontiac Parts Performance booth. And they always have a lot of stuff here. As you can see, they got a big trailer full of parts. They got all these totes here full of parts. So if you come to the show and you're in need of a part, there's a good chance they might have it on hand. If not, they can order it. But Ames Pontiac Performance Parts, they've been around for a long time. They're very good to sponsor a lot of these car shows and keep them going. So kudos to Ames. And here's another vendor for the ladies. We've got a little kind of miniature Airstream almost. Not quite an Airstream, but shiny like one. Trailer. And we got die-cast cars, something for the kids, and even adults collect all these things. You got the small scale and you got the big scale. You got the Bandit Trans Ams. At the Trans Am Nationals, they'll have plenty of the Pontiac Trans Am die-cast out here, let me tell you. But they'll also carry some other cars as well. Got the NHRA drag cars, some NASCARs here and there. And look, it's a sign with my car on it. How cool. And this vendor here's got some nice Pontiac Trans Am jackets. Even got a little Betty Boop one for the kids. So if you're in need of a jacket when fall sets in and the cold weather comes, they got some really nice ones here. More and more Hot Wheels and various die-cast cars here. And even some GM books. Body by Fisher, 1981 service manual. That'll help you out if you got an 81 Bird. Check this out. We got Kit here. Night Rider car for sale. That's a nice big model right there. Some unique keychains.
Okay.
These die-cast cars are really neat. Road Signature. It's a little hard to see, but they're by Road Signature. Like a, I think 1/43rd scale.
Like 270-degree turn.
And then we got a vendor here that specializes in the 8081 turbo Trans Ams. So if you need help with your turbo Trans Am, this is the vendor to get in touch with out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Not too many people specialize in the 301 V8 turbos. They're kind of known as a slouchy car. They didn't make very many aftermarket parts for them. But to keep your car original, or maybe he's even got some hop-up parts for it, I don't know. But if you have a 301 turbo, they got a vendor out here specifically to help your car get back on the road. Now we're gonna walk up some steps, and there's some more vendors up here. Look, 78 Trans Am for sale. Yeah, it's got a little bit of rust on it. It's fixer-upper. We want $17,900 for it. Tell you, these second generation cars, they get pretty desirable, and they go up in value, and people also put, you know, big numbers on them too. Here we go right here, Restore Muscle Car. What's up, Dave?
Morning.
How's it going, man? I'm out here YouTubing.
You enjoying the show?
Yeah.
Good.
How's everything going?
Good.
Got some more cars coming to your shop?
Oh yeah, we always got a lot of stuff going on.
You got any special projects lately?
Oh, we're doing 2 Impalas. I think a 65 and a 67, 64 and a 67. Yeah. Both have Roadster Shop chassis. One of them is going to be a custom build over 1,000 horsepower. It's fully tubbed, roll cage, everything for a street and strip. And the other one's going to be pretty much a road course event car and stuff too. It'll have a stroked LS3 pushing like 6 1/4 horsepower and stuff, but it's got a mini tub and stuff on it with the Roadster Shop chassis and stuff underneath it. But we've got 2 73s with Roadster Shop chassis underneath them now. We've got another 73 that's got all Ride Tech suspension underneath it. It's going to be a Pro Touring build car, mini tub. We brought out our Brewster Green 73 Trans Am that I built this last year for the Bandit Run. We went up through Michigan and stuff this year. Cool. Yeah. But you'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
It's got
you want to go over it with me?
Yeah.
Show everybody what all you've done to it.
This car's got a built LSA motor and stuff in it with custom heads, cam. It's got the modern vintage air system in it, the new Gen 5, 6-speed overdrive. This is it's all Ride Tech suspension on this car, rear 4-link, mini tub, narrowed 4.9-inch rear axle with 373 gears. It's got our new custom leather interior that we have made, and the leather door panels. So they look stock, but they're all made out of modern leather. So, but it's a super fun car, a lot of power, somewhere in that 800 horsepower range, give or take. We're kind of playing with the tune and stuff on it now to squeeze what we can out of it, but it's a blast to drive. Yeah,
is it going to be at SEMA?
You know, I don't know. There's a possibility I might have it going to SEMA. We had a couple cars there last year, and we had a white 73 Super Duty out at SEMA last year. But we're working on a few more cars and stuff too in the shop that trying to get ready. I don't know if it doesn't go this year, it's possible next year with a couple other ones. So
okay. And you just do GM cars, or you...
No, actually we don't. In fact, we've done quite a few, you know, Fords, you know, Mustangs. We did a Cougar. We've done. We just finished up a 446 pack 70 CUDA. Working on a 71 Challenger right now. We've got some K5 Blazers in there. We've done some Broncos. We've done Scouts. We've done pickup trucks, you know, of all different types. So just all random stuff. I mean, we've got over 25 techs and stuff in the shop, and in general, typically somewhere around 15 to 20 projects live in the shop that we're working on at once.
How long does it usually take to do a project?
So a project's going to be really based on what's all involved with it. as far as, you know, how detailed, how in depth we have to go, whether it's a stock restoration to a full modern pro touring restoration, but then also what kind of conditions the body, rust, you know, how far we have to take the metalwork and stuff can make a big sense. So I'd say at least a year, sometimes 2 years, sometimes more. Just could depend on the build. So and the customer. So, but we like to get them in and stay on them and try and get them, you know, out the door as quick as we can. Get the parts in a timely fashion and everything, you know, goes good with the timing with the customer and stuff like that. And then we can rock them out pretty quick. So we've done them in under 6 months before. So
haven't you been on that Fast and Loud show before?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Richard and Dennis are good friends of mine. We've traveled all over the country and quite a few auctions and different events. Yeah, we actually helped out with Richard's show when he did the dream sequence with Burt Reynolds, then done several shows since then with different things. That they actually came up to our shop, and I had found a 78 red Trans Am, just like what Richard had in high school, that they came up to take a look at, and then done quite a few other shows. Now they're big on YouTube. So both Richard and Dennis have their YouTube show, just like we do, and just like what you're doing right now.
Yeah. I seen Dennis had a coffee walk show.
Yep, Dennis is a coffee walk. He's got a new show every Friday at noon, and Richard's is every Monday.
And you all sponsor the Bandit Run every year?
Yeah, the Bandit Run is something that my wife and I started with another couple, the Hershey's and stuff, back in 2007. And we've been doing that now for 18 years and really enjoying the event. Every 5 years we'll go back and do the Texarkana to Atlanta trip, and that's coming up here for the 50th anniversary of the movie, and that's going to be a pretty big event for us. But it's definitely a fun trip. So, and if you like to get out in your cars, drive them, you know, on the road with a lot of people, and go to, you know, we're basically a traveling car show and stuff for a week on the road, and get to see a lot of fun stuff, museums, tracks, you name it.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So
I've been on it 2 years. I didn't go out this year though, but I did a hot rod power tour instead this year.
Well, that's fun. Yeah, because I knew they were at the same time.
It was in my area, in my neck of the woods, so I was like, perfect opportunity for me to participate in that one, take a little break. But
I used to do the power tour quite a bit. The only thing that was difficult with the power tour, there's so many people and so many cars that it's hard to stay together and stay at the same hotels as a lot of your friends. Whereas with the Bandit Run, it's big but yet small enough that we
get to know a lot of the people, and
get to know
get to know
a lot more
friends that
people.
you'll see like maybe every year or so often.
I hear it all the time. People have made some of their best friends because of the Bandit Run and getting to travel with them. And then the best part of it is we can pretty much go anywhere in the country, and there's somebody that we can know and go out to dinner with, and or that could help if we needed something while we're on the road. So.
Well, one thing I did want to ask you about, the Hershey's that you partnered with, they had that misfortune of the house fire and their cars getting burnt to a crisp. Did you work on restoring them, or?
So we have the cars in the shop right now, and we've basically been kind of assessing the situation. We did find replacement cars for both David and Lori that were pretty much very similar or almost next to identical to what they had. The expense of restoring their cars that were in the fire is going to be it'll be a lot, but they will be worth restoring, and so we're going through the process now of figuring out the best way to handle that. So.
So do you think there's like very much of the car salvageable, or?
There's more. You know, one of them over the other one's has a better chance of using a lot more of the stuff. I mean, both motors are usable and stuff on the car, so the drivetrain and stuff is all there and usable. So
that'll be really cool when you bring them back to life. Get to see them back on the road someday.
Yes.
I know that's got to be crazy.
We're looking forward to
take a car that was burnt to a crisp and bring it back to life.
Yeah. Well, they just got back into their house the beginning of the summer after completely having it rebuilt from the fire, and so that expense alone was quite a bit, and so we basically let them focus on that, and then found them a replacement car. So they were on the Bandit Run with their cars this year, had a good fun time with everybody, and we went up through Michigan this year and started in Holland, Michigan, and then went up around the peninsula, and then ended up in Pontiac, Michigan. So.
Now, in addition to restoring customers' cars, don't you have some for sale from time to time?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
So you have a little inventory.
Part of our business and stuff is we try and help find cars and or a new home for cars that we have. You know, whether it's cars that we've done or cars that we know about or cars that we run across and end up acquiring. But at the same time too, we like seeing this hobby stay alive and the younger generation to get to enjoy these cars. And you know, life is short and
too short to drive boring cars.
That's right. And classic cars can make a big part of your life and make your life happier and stuff to kind of live your youth through your car, keeping yourself active and stuff too. So
all right, well, thanks for your time.
You bet.
Appreciate the interview.
Thank you, bud.
Now in this corner we have Second Gen Graveyard, and they're very good in the car community. They put on car shows, Trans Amorama, very nice people. So if you need parts for your 70 to 81 Firebird, they probably have them. They take apart a lot of cars that usually aren't very salvageable, and they sell the parts. They also sell some new parts. They got a variety of vendors that they sell parts with. So here's what I mean. So they got the year one wheels here, center caps, ACC mats. These are cool. These Firebird signs right here. So if you want a really cool shiny metal sign for your man cave, even got the Pontiac clocks. So they got pretty much all your restoration needs covered if you have a second gen 70 to 81 Firebird. And here's their parts from taking apart cars. As you can see, this is probably not a very common part. This is the turbo setup for the 301 V8 Pontiac turbo, which is on the 8081 Trans Ams. Not a very common part. A lot of people swap the motors out on those, but if you're looking to restore it original, that's what you need. And you see they got the various noses. And they're based out of Gallatin, Tennessee. And they put on the Trans Amorama show for the first time this year, and they've been a big help on the Bandit Run. And they're very involved in that. So if you're looking for like a specific part, they might have it, and if you come to this show, they can probably bring it in the trailer and you can pick it up here, or you can go visit their warehouse, their business in Gallatin, Tennessee, Second Gen Graveyard. Check them out. And check out the headers on those. Nice and shiny and chrome. Got a transmission for a 77 TA here. A 4-speed.
Hey Joe, I heard your voice.
There you go. Need an oil can, they got it here. Here's some exhaust manifolds.
Said that he usually
intakes,
wakes up for 2 hours.
And wheels.
You know, like 3 o'clock or so. He said this place.
And a couple of 4th gen Firebirds. Don't know if any of them are for sale, but they're over here in the vendors area. Need a steering rack. Somebody's got a steering rack and drive shafts out here. Looks like a lot of 4th gen parts here. Y'all just do 4th gen here? Okay. Cool, cool. I see a lot of 2nd gen. I see y'all got 4th gen parts. There's the Ram Air hood, WS6. Got some aftermarket weld wheels. And this booth right here, they're based out of Tennessee, Butler Performance. If you want a high horsepower, competitive engine, Pontiac motor, they can build it for you. I've seen their shop. I did a tour on the Bandit Run. So if you want a motor that's capable of 1,000+ horsepower, a Pontiac motor that is, see Butler Performance. More and more 2nd gen parts. 2nd gen parts everywhere.
They'll probably want it. Not to use.
And you can see here's the Trans Am hood with the shaker cut out, and here's the Formula hood with the 2 cutouts here. It's missing the little trim piece right here on both sides. Not for sure what year Formula hood this is. Let's see. It's very expensive. Now if it's a 76, it's a 1 year only. In the Formula hood, it's extremely rare if it's a 76. More and more parts over here. Some hoods. You can see this one like a 3rd gen, the offset. It's even got the bird kind of on there still. Faded away though. Plenty of fenders here.
That's why they made them.
Oh, this one's selling stickers. You want to make your car look like a race car and add a bunch of stickers to it. That'll add some horsepower to your car right there. They got the Trans Am posters, emblems. This guy's got emblems here and decals.
Yeah, I got a car, but once my stuff's packed up, I don't unpack it.
Sometimes those are like items that are commonly missing on the cars, is the emblems and stuff. Tools. Hey, if you got to work on your car at the show, we got some tools out here to help you out. A hood tack, that's a nice option. Be a nice option for your first gen Firebird. More and more second gen parts here. And this vendor here, they got a ton of signs, not necessarily car related, some advertising, alcohol signs. There is some car stuff. There's AC Delco, BF Goodwrench. And here we go. Here we have an early 70s Formula Firebird. And as you can see, it's been stiffened up. It's got a lot of bracing and stuff, a lot of aftermarket parts on it.
Oh yeah.
It's even got a semi-roll cage in the back here. Here's the booth that sells the parts that go on the car. We got the Wheelwood brakes, ProTouringFbody.com. Hey, hey.
How are ya?
Love your Formula over there.
Thank you.
What year is it?
That's a 71.
71. Y'all take it racing a lot?
No, belongs to Tim. That's more of a show car. That's the race car. It belongs to this man here, Travis Hartwell.
Cool.
The Silver Bullet.
So you take that one racing a lot?
Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. Got a lot of suspension mods and stuff on it?
Pretty much everything that Dave makes is on that car, and it's it hauls.
So what all products do y'all sell? You sell the brakes, you sell
all chassis, suspension, and brakes.
Roll cage, you do roll cage, or?
He's got a roll cage.
Roll bar.
Bolt-in roll bar, yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool. You strut braces and all that?
Yes, we're the manufacturer of all that.
All right, and it's
engineer, manufacturer.
ProTouringFbody.com.
Yes, sir.
Do you just do like second gen, or do you do
95% of what we do is second gen.
Okay, okay. So you got a second gen, you're looking for some suspension parts, check them out, ProTouringFbody.com. And here's that race car that they've hopped up with their suspension parts here. And it's a beauty. Nice Pro Touring setup in here. All right, going down the home stretch, the last aisle of the swap meet vendor area. You can see they got crates full of stuff here. A lot of literature stuff. Some more, there's some license plates. Wheels, trim rings. Trim rings get lost a lot, so that's nice that they have trim rings here. Old carburetors. We'll try to make your car original instead of going with the aftermarket stuff. Here's a bunch of old original car stereos. The AM, FMs. Probably some 8-tracks laying around somewhere. A booth here for cleaning products. Oh, there's another 4-speed transmission. Borg Warner T10. And this guy's got the market corner on the air cleaners. Got the single snorkel and a dual snorkel ones. Those are the old Pontiac Rally wheels. Got an assortment of gauges for your second gen Bird. And here we have some very nice sheet metal. Looks like really good condition. Rear quarters.
I'll be back.
Header panels. And what do we have over here? More and more die casts. These Hot Wheels are everywhere. With some Matchbox thrown in the mix. And this vendor here restores your Trans Am dash bezels, the engine turn ones, the second gens. Very good at what he does. So if you need in need of a dash bezel,
There you go.
you need the gold, the silver,
That's right.
they got them. Or they can restore your own. And in addition to restoring dash bezels, check out these handcrafted signs here, these American flags. Gotta love the one with the Trans Am bird on there. And they're for sale as well. They're quite beautiful, and they're wavy, 3D. Awesome product. We got some little knick-knacky stuff here in boxes, the NOS boxes. Muffler, you need an aftermarket Dynomax muffler. They got it here for your car. And look at here. It's a splitter tailpipe in black. And here we got some more Pontiac apparel here. We got hats, we got tiger tails, jackets, tiger tails everywhere. And some towels here too. So if you want a unique towel, or you're big into the Pontiacs, tigers go well with the GTO. So if you have a GTO, get you a tiger tail and stick in the trunk. And here we have a vendor selling T-tops and the headliner for the T-tops. Some bumpers here. One's off of a Camaro. You can see it's a RS with the bow tie, but the other one's a 3rd gen Trans Am. Some headers, and yet some more 2nd gen parts. They seem to be pretty abundant at this show. And look at here, T-tops. Sometimes you need some replacement T-tops, and they got them. Well, pals, that is a wrap for today's episode at the Trans Am Nationals swap meet in Fairborn, Ohio. Until next time, don't worry, be random.
And if you never want to miss another random car video,
remember, ring that bell. Ring that bell.